Hey everyone, it's Sam here, and this is the Royal Kludge N80. It's a wireless low-profile mechanical keyboard that has a knob and screen, and it's priced around $100 in the US market or around 300 ringgit here in Malaysia. By the way, everything will be linked in the description below right under the subscribe button, so don't worry. Here I have the Dune Red color variant, and included in the box is the quick start guide for the keyboard, which has the function settings, steps to configure the knob and screen, and how to use the tri-mode connection. There is also a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, a Type-C to C charging cable with a Type-A adapter at the end, a plastic pry tool to open the keyboard, 4 extra low-profile switches, and a hard plastic cover to keep the keyboard clean. So the keyboard has a 75% layout with the indicator lights next to the escape key and the knob and screen on the top right. The case is plastic and it only weighs just under 900 grams or 2 pounds. The side profile looks like this with the low profile keycaps, and this is the other side that has the knob. The front height is just around 12mm with the back coming in at just over 20mm. There is a Royal Kludge logo here on the front, and on the back there's a magnetic slot for the 2.4 GHz USB wireless dongle next to the knob. Besides that, the power on off switch, the Type-C pass-through, and the Type-C charging port is here on the top left. On the bottom, there's this rounded corner for the screen, 4 rubber feet, 2 height adjustable feet, and some details of the keyboard in the middle. The height adjustable feet has 2 configurations, so if you don't like the original height of the keyboard, which can be pretty low, you can increase it slightly or use it at the max height. The screen and knob is mounted together, and rotating the knob allows you to control the volume of your computer. The screen on the other hand displays details like the keyboard layout, the connection mode, the current date and time, and the battery percentage of the keyboard. Pressing down allows you to access the other settings, which includes pairing modes for the keyboard, the home settings which has the main display, an analog or digital clock, and a custom GIF that you can upload to the screen with the software. You can also change the Windows and Mac keyboard layout here, configure the RGB lighting with the 17 effects pre-programmed, and adjust the color, the brightness, and the speed as well. And there's also a language selector for the keyboard interface. The RGB on the keyboard looks great, it's bright and saturated and lights up the keys nicely. Not only that, the 17 RGB effects included is way more than enough for you to mess around with. The Royal Kludge N80 supports the RK keyboard software. Here you can set different profiles for the keyboard and remap all of the keys and functions, create new macros or import existing ones, configure the RGB effects more, and even create your own if you want to. And of course, you can upload any custom GIF or image to the screen here. You just have to press upload and select the image or GIF you want, then adjust the size accordingly and apply it to the screen. Uploading it does take some time, so the bigger the file you choose, the longer it will take. And once it's done uploading, it should look something like this. The screen looks pretty sharp in my opinion, and the GIFs and images look awesome on this little round screen. Alright, moving on to the keycaps. These are double shot ABS low profile keycaps, and they are in this maroon, beige, and off-white color to fit the keyboard. They are only 4mm tall and around 1.1mm in thickness. The legends appear to be sharp, and the color of the ABS looks saturated and good too. As for the switches, I went with the Jersey low profile red switches. It's a 5-pin linear switch with an operating force of 40 grams, comes pre-looped and has a more quiet sound signature. The PCB is 5-pin hot swap with a north-facing layout, so you can swap out the switches with compatible ones if needed. The stabilizers here are low profile too, and they are plate mounted. They come pre-looped already and don't rattle much in my opinion, so I can't complain here. As for the components inside, you can access them by prying open the case with the plastic pry tool included. Once all the clips are open, there's just a cable connecting to the battery that needs to be disconnected. So in the bottom case, there's a piece of IXPE foam and a huge piece of silicone to help dampen the sound, as well as the 3750 mAh battery here. Besides that, there is a piece of IXPE foam sandwiched in between the plate and PCB, which is barely visible. The plate and PCB is top mounted, so they are attached to the top of the case as you can see. This results in a stable typing experience that has a slight flex at the end which feels comfortable for long periods of typing. Anyways, that was everything about the keyboard. Now please enjoy the typing sound test. Okay, here are my final thoughts on the Royal Kludge N80. From testing and using the keyboard, I think it's an intriguing low-profile keyboard because it has the standard things you want but with the addition of a knob and screen. The keyboard also feels pretty solid, has a great design and sounds decent from my testing. The only thing holding it back is the price in my opinion, as $100 can be a little expensive. So if you're interested in the Royal Kludge N80, it will be linked in the description below for you. And that does it for this video. Thanks to Royal Kludge for the keyboard and thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and remember to subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next one.